Hello, I'm Walker. It's good to see you again on the Stoic Notes channel. How are you doing today? Today we are going to discuss a very important and often overlooked issue. Have you ever realized that we often follow the crowd and make choices that are in line with popular trends, but ignore our own inner voice? In this age of information explosion, we are inundated with information every day, and social proof and the herd effect are constantly influencing our decisions. To avoid these pitfalls of mental manipulation, today, let's draw on the wisdom of Stoic philosophy to learn how to maintain independent thinking and self-judgment. If you're ready, go ahead and click the like button now, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, remember to do so and press the notification bell. Because from today onwards, we will explore various common problems in life through the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Trust me, you don't want to miss any of the tips, and if you know someone who would like to learn along, please share this video with them and invite them to subscribe to our channel. Well, each of these tips is very important, especially the last one, so make sure you watch to the end and don't skip any of the clips. So let's get started on today's topic now.
Approach 1. Maintaining independent thinking from the heart. In Stoic philosophy, inner independence was seen as the key to true freedom. Social validation and the herd effect often lead us to unconsciously follow the crowd and make decisions that are not in line with our true desires. Therefore, independent thinking becomes a priority to counteract these influences. Independent thinking is centered on a deep understanding of our own desires. This requires us to examine our true inner feelings before making a decision, rather than just accepting what the outside world is telling us. For example, when you see that a new product is being widely promoted, you should think about whether it's really right for you or whether you're just attracted to its popularity. The other side of independent thinking is self-reflection. Regular self-reflection helps us clear our minds and reduce our dependence on external influences. Set up a weekly reflection time to document your decision-making process for the week. Review any areas that have been influenced by social proof, and analyze whether these decisions are really in line with your long-term goals and values. In addition, independent thinking requires courage. In the face of social pressure, sticking to one's own views and decisions may be met with skepticism or opposition from others. But Stoic philosophy teaches us that true freedom and happiness lie in being true to one's own heart, not in conforming to external expectations. Cultivating confidence and courage in one's decisions is an important step in protecting oneself from social proof. Approach 2. Validating sources of information. Rational rather than emotional. In the age of information explosion, verifying the source of information is a crucial step to avoid psychological manipulation. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the power of reason and logic, and teaches us to keep a calm and clear head when dealing with information, and to verify the truth of the information rather than relying solely on emotional impulses. The first step in verifying information is to recognize the reliability of the source. When receiving information, the first thing to consider is whether the source is authoritative and credible. For example, news reports should come from recognized news organizations, not unverified social media posts. Second, cross-check the information. A single source of information is often biased and misleading. To gain a full understanding, we should obtain information from multiple independent sources and compare them. For example, when you come across a news story, you can check different news reports, official statements, and expert commentaries to verify the accuracy of the information from multiple perspectives. Third, apply critical thinking to evaluate the credibility of information. Analyze the information for logical flaws, emotional manipulation, or unsubstantiated statements. Stoic philosophy encourages us to look at information in a rational and logical way, rather than being swayed by emotion and sentiment. Finally, establish personal criteria for validating information. For example, set, have I verified information from at least 3 independent sources before making a decision? By using these criteria, you can effectively minimize the number of bad decisions that can be made due to inaccurate information. Approach 3. Setting personal decision-making criteria, principles of clarity and explicitness. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of internal principles and standards for self-control and decision-making. In the face of group pressures and social influences, setting clear standards for personal decision-making can help us to stay in control of ourselves and not be influenced by external factors. The first step in setting personal decision-making standards is to identify your core values and goals. These values and goals should reflect your long-term vision rather than short-term trends. For example, if you value health and the environment, you can base your food choices on these criteria, rather than just following popular choices. Next, create a decision list to document your principles and criteria. This list can include your decision-making criteria in different contexts, such as whether you consider environmental friendliness and price/performance ratios when purchasing products, or whether you consider the impact on your personal development when choosing career opportunities. Third, establishing decision-making criteria requires constant self-examination and adjustment. Over time and with experience, your values and goals may change. Regularly reviewing and updating your decision-making criteria to ensure that they always reflect your current needs and goals is key to maintaining self-consistency. Finally, stick to your standards in the face of societal pressures. Stoic philosophy teaches us that internal principles and standards are powerful weapons against external influences. Even in the face of pressures and challenges, sticking to your standards can help you make choices that are true to your heart, rather than just going with the flow. Approach 4. Cultivating critical thinking, recognizing the pitfalls of manipulation. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of wisdom and insight. Cultivating critical thinking can help us identify and avoid the pitfalls of manipulation. In an age of information overload and psychological manipulation, critical thinking is a powerful tool for self-protection. The core of critical thinking is rational analysis. This requires us not only to accept information, but also to analyze the content and context of the information. For example, when you come across a seemingly reasonable argument, you need to check whether the logic is rigorous and whether the evidence is sufficient. Avoid being confused by superficial phenomena and emotional language. Rational analysis can help you identify potential manipulation and misinformation. Second, recognizing and avoiding manipulation traps requires an understanding of common manipulation strategies. For example, understanding common logical fallacies, e.g., false causation, strawman arguments, and emotional manipulation, e.g., fear appeals, affinity manipulation, can help you better recognize the pitfalls in information. Third, developing critical thinking also requires broad exposure to different points of view. Reading books from a variety of viewpoints, participating in debates, and discussing different opinions can broaden your horizons and ways of thinking. Stoic philosophy encourages us to keep learning and thinking, and to improve our ability to analyze and judge information through extensive knowledge accumulation and practice. Finally, the practice of applying critical thinking requires constant reflection and adjustment. When confronted with information, you should regularly examine your own thinking process and reflect on whether there are any biases or misjudgments. Through constant practice and adjustment, you can improve your critical thinking skills and better recognize and respond to the challenges of mental manipulation.
social proof and conformity are everywhere in modern society, but we can protect ourselves by maintaining independent thinking, validating sources of information, setting standards for personal decision-making, and cultivating critical thinking. The wisdom of Stoic philosophy teaches us that true freedom comes from inner independence and rational judgment. Let's use these practical tips to resist the pitfalls of mental manipulation and maintain inner clarity and peace. In the midst of the hustle and bustle of the outside world, we can remain true to ourselves and let true wisdom guide us on our journey. If you have any thoughts or insights on today's topic, please feel free to share them with us by leaving a comment below. And if you enjoyed today's sharing, remember to subscribe to our channel, so that every day will be filled with wisdom and progress. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.